Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez, president of Trident Concepts, and today I'm here with Brownells Daily Defense to talk to you about traveling with firearms outside of your home state. So this can be a little tricky, and it's a tricky kind of situation because each state has slightly different laws. There are some commonalities that you can kind of count on, but the bottom line is that you're going to need to know the law of the state that you're going to visit. And the best resource that you have available is to contact the Attorney General's office for that state. Most of the time, they are very quick to answer your questions. They also will provide you with some resources that you can go to learn a little bit more about traveling to the state that you're looking at. The next thing that you want to find out is reciprocity given between your home state and the state that you're going to travel to? Again, that's a great question to ask the Attorney General. Sure, you can go online and you can search a lot of these websites that kind of give you the lay of the land as it relates to reciprocity, but talking to that state's Attorney General's office is the best thing that you can do to get the most timely information. Realize that there's a lot of stuff changing right now, changing both for the good and sometimes for the bad. So don't rely on information that you find on the website when you can simply go to the Attorney General's office and talk to them. The best piece of advice that I can give you is if you're not sure about the legalities of carrying the firearm into the state that you want to visit, then don't carry. And I know that's a difficult pill to swallow, but chances are if there is any doubt, then maybe there is no doubt, and not carrying or not traveling with the firearm to that state is probably your best course of action. If you still wish to pursue traveling with the firearm, there are some guidelines that you want to do. The first thing that I recommend is that if you're going to be traveling through a very restrictive state, minimize the amount of time that you stop. And I mean stop for anything, even if it's an emergency bathroom break. You want to minimize the amount of time that you're stopping so that you can rely on your traveling through the state and not stopping within the state. When you do, the best thing that you can do is to take your firearm, separate from the ammunition, secure your firearm in a lockable container, take that lockable container and place it in a compartment that is separated from the passenger compartment. And if you can do that, you've created a nice buffer about traveling with the firearm. The next thing we talk about is to be aware of extremely restrictive states or states that have high penalties for breaking or violating the laws that they have. And there's not a lot of them. There's about a half dozen, but you really do want to research those states in particular, and my recommendation is to avoid traveling with a firearm or avoid traveling altogether to those restrictive states. I don't like to say that, but if you're really that concerned about carrying a firearm or traveling with a firearm, then your best answer is to not travel to those states because there's just too many bad things that can happen. The next thing is when you are going to be transporting a firearm over the state lines, just realize that you have to be as knowledgeable about the state that you're traveling to's laws as you are with your home state laws. And I mean not just for transporting a firearm, but if you decide to carry the firearm, for instance, if there is reciprocity with the state, you need to be equally versed in that state's laws as it relates to the carrying of firearm, the deadly force application, and then any other kinds of considerations that you need while you're visiting that state. So I'm not discouraging you from traveling. I'm encouraging you to do some research and learn how do you become informed. And your best tool is to contact the Attorney General's office and talk to them directly. I've had great success in doing this. I'm not kidding. Literally, I have called the Attorney General's office for some states, and they literally pick up the phone within 2 or 3 rings. And I'm like, I probably need to get transferred to like 2 or 3 departments before I find the person that I need to talk to. But I'm not kidding. I literally they answered the phone. I asked to speak to somebody regarding traveling with a firearm to their state, and the lady asked, "What's your question?" I was kind of blown away by that. Quick conversation, got all the information that I needed. She gave me a great resource to go to learn more, and that was the end of my call. No more than 5 minutes. So take advantage of those resources out there because there's no excuse for you not to know the law when you are traveling out of your home state. All right, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them down below. Until then, take care, stay safe.